Hello everybody, this is the Knowledge Cube and I'm Ashwin here. Yes, it's been such a long time. How are you people? So the reason that I haven't been able to post for a long time is just because I've been slacking off and school. Yes, just two reasons. But yes, I won't be posting regularly from now on. I will only be posting in the summer holidays, and I would just like to say one thing. I might stop posting. So this might be my last video, but if it's not, there will be just one more video coming. I don't know when it's coming, but there will be just one more video, or this is going to be the last video. So I would like to thank you for all of your support and your likes, your comments, your subscribes, all of those. I would like to thank you so much. And here is the story of how my channel began. So I've always had this dream of like doing YouTube for a while, just seeing how it works out. At that time I had the dreams of monetization and all, but yeah, it didn't become true, but it was really fun. So the first video that I had uploaded was spiciest things of all time, which is actually my second most viewed video, and it was the video from which I got the most subscribers from it. So it was a really nice video. The only thing was that I filmed it on my phone, plus it had a really bad microphone, and my voice was like so monotonous. I don't even want to hear it. But now we have come here. We have like obtained over 1,000 views overall. We have 80 subscribers. Yes, thank you so much for all of your support. So today, what are we gonna do? We are going to create a simple calculator in Python. So what this calculator will do, all it will do is it's going to do simple operations like addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. It's also going to do squares, cubes, factorial, and find the remainder of a number. It can do all sorts of stuff. So first let's get into here. Okay, so let's go here. Okay, so now let's just start coding right away, because we don't want to waste any time. We just want to go straight into the coding. This calculator is actually really simple. It just involves a bit of everything you've learned, like for example if statements, loops, modules. There's only like one new thing which is there, which is known as exception handling, which is basically like error handling and stuff. Okay, so the first step we're going to do is we are going to import the modules which we are going to need, which is going to be the math module. So wait, let me just import all of them. Import math, import os, and import time. So I've already explained it to you what these modules are, and you should actually be knowing them. If you don't know, then that's a bad thing. So I request you to what, before watching this video, watch my previous video, get an idea of what Python is all about, and get your hands dirty in this project right over here. So let's do the next step. So we are going to set a variable called active, and it's going to hold the value true, which is a boolean value. Let me explain what this is about. So basically what this while loop does is it's just going to go over the code, like over the code we have given it to it. It will just go perform all of the calculations, and when we give the exit command, it's just going to exit the loop. It's going to end the program, and that's all. That is the reason why we have the while loop over here. So now let's just write the rest of the code. So the reason why I imported the OS module was so that we could clear our output console, because like our output is very there are outputs from previous programs, these programs, the next programs, all stored in one console. So it is pretty hard to read your output. So which is why we are going to do this os.system, and we are going to do clear. The reason why we are doing this is we are going to clear the console. We are going to provide a clean console so that you can read whatever the commands are. So now we are just going to print the options for the user. What are the options in this calculator? Well, you can add, subtract, divide, multiply, square root, remainder, factorial, cubed, and that's all. Yeah. So we are just going to basically do it with the help of keys. So the first key which is going to be add. So if we press number 1, it is just going to select the operation as add. Wait, yeah, this is going to be a bracket. So the first operation is going to be add. So I'm just going to copy this line, paste it again and again 9 times. Yeah, I guess that's 9, I don't know. So yeah, once I pasted it, all we need to do is you'll change this to 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and finally 0. Let's remove the last line, yeah, because it's not needed. And now when you input 1, it is going to add. When you input 2, it is going to subtract. When you input 3, it's going to divide. And when you input 4, it's going to multiply. When you enter 5, it's going to square. When you enter 6, it's going to square root. Yeah, square root. And 7th one is just going to find out the remainder of a division. The 8th one is just gonna do factorial. I have no idea what that is. I'm just going to input that because I found it in a calculator. And here factorial goes here. And number 9 is going to be cubed. A cube. Okay, so cube means like, you know, like a number multiplied by itself 2 times. That's all. I don't know how to explain it, but this is all simple maths, and you need to learn simple maths before you learn Python. If you don't know simple maths, that's why Python is going to be really hard for you. Yeah, yes, it's going to be really hard for you. Excuse me. I don't know what's happening in today. So try, and I'll just do this colon, enter, answer. Yeah, you know, you'll be like, what the hell is this? What code is this? But don't worry, let me explain. Okay, so let's just put input and then option, yeah, colon, space, and yeah, that's basically it. So what this does is it's just going to get like what operation it wants. Like if we input 1, it will do add, it will do subtract. So it's just asking for what operation we want to do. What is this try for? Do you remember that I mentioned exception handling? This is why we need exception handling. So basically sometimes, you know, like when when the user types certain inputs, for example, in, you know, like a calculator, you'll get the 0 division error all the time. So it is pretty difficult. Like for the 0 division error, you get many errors. Why do you get those errors? It's because the user puts, like, you know, a wrong thing, like a wrong number. Like the user might divide 0, then it will get 0 division error. And then sometimes the user might even put, like, instead of numbers, they might put letters. So because of that, it will return an error to the user, and the user will be like, what's going on? So we need to make sure that the user is clean, he's not confused, he's clearly understood what this calculator is about. And also I'd like to tell you one more thing. This calculator is not a GUI. What is a GUI? It is a graphical user interface. A graphical user interface basically means, you know, it has buttons, it has, you know, like, yeah, let me just show you the calculator and you will get to know what it is. So like, you see this calculator over here? Yeah, you see it has, you know, like buttons and the stuff. But this calculator is not gonna have buttons. We're just gonna type whatever operation we want. We're just gonna type the numbers. Plus this calculator can only do 2 numbers at once. Yes, you can you know, like upgrade this calculator to do, like, you know, bigger calculations, but for now you can only do 2 numbers, which is, yeah, that's fine, right? Yeah. So let me just do a blank space, print a blank space. The reason we're doing a blank space is because you like your code to be clean, right? You don't want those you don't want it to be cramped out, compact. You want it to be clean, like go with the flow, something like that. So for that we are going to do these formattings and all. We are going to be doing this again and again. So now the user has inputted the operation he wants. He has only inputted the number. What would happen if he inputs a certain number? For example, let's say the user wants to add and he enters 1. Then what should what should Python do? What if the user enters 1, what should Python do? If it enters 2, what should Python do? What if it enters 3? Something like that. Yeah, I hope you're getting my point. I'm trying my best to explain this. So let me just write an if statement, not just one. We're going to be writing a lot. If answer equal to 1, first equal to int, and then input first number. Don't worry, I will be explaining this code to you. Second equal to int inputs. You might be wondering, why are we converting all of our inputs to integer? Because sometimes when we ask Python to just add without putting int over here, what it does is it will just put those numbers together. Like instead of getting like for example 90 plus 10 100, you will get 9010. What the hell is that? We don't want that, right? We want the correct answer. We want the perfect answer, which is the reason why we are doing these formattings and all. We are converting all of the inputs to integer form, not string form. If you put it into string form, it's just going to explain like 90 10 something like that. Yeah, it's going to give you a weird output. So let me just finish this line of code over here. Second number, and let's also put a semicolon over here. So now we have two numbers from the user. So what we are doing is, if the user wants addition, we are going to get the two numbers to be added by the user. We are going to create another variable called final, which is going to be the addition of the first and the second number. And finally we are just going to print out the answer. Let's print out the answer, and it's going to be an integer. Yes, this calculator has very little compatibility, not compatibility I have to say. You can't enter more than two numbers. You can't enter float numbers which are to be added. Well, you can do that. See, all I'm teaching you is the bare bones of the calculator. It is up to you if you want to customize. That is programming. They will just give you, for example, if you want to make an upgraded like snake game or Pac-Man, all they will do is they will just give you like the bare bones Pac-Man, just like whatever the Pac-Man is needed to run. You have to customize it to your own choice. That is called programming. Yes. Yeah, I know I sounded a little bit weird over there. So let me just, after this, I've told you, during this loop the console will be cleared multiple times. Why? Because whenever the loop runs once and it comes back here, it clears the console again and then it goes on. So I know you might not be getting what I'm saying, but yeah, just 1 second. Yeah, let me just save this. Yeah, it's going to return an error. Let's just see what's going to go on. Yeah, because whenever you put the word try over here, you also need to input another word which is known as except, which we need to do in a later point of time. So I'll just explain it to you once we have done this whole thing. Okay. Yes, I know, really confusing. So let's just do time.sleep 5. What this does is, the program will sleep for 5 seconds. Like the program will stop for 5 seconds. It will display the answer of the addition for 5 seconds, and then after that it just goes back to this line of code. it will display all the answer. It will go back to this code, this will execute, and you can do, you know, more applications. After addition you can do subtraction, after the subtraction you can do division. So it goes in a loop so that you can do something like that. Okay, but let's just say you want to exit the loop, which is why I have this over here. I know I've set it to add, it's supposed to be exit. So whenever the user inputs 0 in here, it's just basically going to exit the program. That's all, pretty simple. So let's just copy these lines of code a few more times, because it's the exact same code from now on. So if answer equal to 2, what if it's 2, what if it's 3, what if it's 4? That's what we are basically coding here. Yes, this is actually a lot of code. Yeah. So if you haven't coded these much lines of code before, don't worry, you will be coding them once you do bigger projects. So and yeah, as I was saying, this project is basically, you know, like whatever you learned, like if statements, else statements, loops, tuples we are not going to use, but loops, functions, modules, all of the things you have learned will be applied over here. So you can actually build this really easily. So now let's just, you know, like change the numbers so that, you know, like when we input 2 we get subtraction and all those stuff. Minus second answer, yeah, this is basically going to be the same. This is going to be the same, and this is going to be number 3. This is number 3. We are going to multiply. For multiply you have to use the asterisk symbol, and for this is going to be divide, which is going to be 4. Let's put the division symbol over here. Why am I using double divide here, double slash here for divide? It's, excuse me, it is because, you know, like whenever you do it with single divide, it will give you your answer 0.0. So sometimes it may return to an error. I have no idea why Python does this. Sometimes it may return an error, which is why we do it double slash. So whenever you do something like 9 divided by 3, you won't get 3.0. We will get 3 if you do it with double slash. Okay, so this, yeah, this is actually pretty much gonna be the same division, but after division is gonna change. So you see this, after this it's square. So for square you only need one number is enough. So we're just gonna leave only first over here, and instead of first number we're just gonna ask a number, because, you know, like we only need one number. Why do we need like first number, second number? Why do we need to put it like that? So for this I'm just gonna do first xx, not xx, sorry, it's actually asterisk. Wait, 1 sec, it's hanging. Yeah, this happens all the time. Oh my god. Yes, okay, so it's basically first multiplied by first. You know what's a square, right? It's just basically a number which is multiplied by itself once. A cubed is a number multiplied by itself twice. Okay, so now we have done this as well, number multiplied by number, and then this is actually going to be 5. When we input 5, it's going to do square. When we input 6, it's going to do, it's also going to do square, I guess. Let me see. Oh wait, this 6 is actually square root. So we are just going to remove the second number. We are going to do this math.square root. Yeah, this is the reason why we imported the math module. So things like square root don't exist in Python, which is why we need the math module to, you know, perform like very complex operations. Yes, and then the rest is going to be the same. Yeah, that's the 4 lines of code. Oh wait, I forgot something. So basically, yeah, this is just like this line of code is basically like formatting, and so that your code can be much cleaner. You just copy this. Oh wait, it's print, not written. Control C, and let me just copy these lines of code over here. And by the way, the text editor I'm using is VS Code. It's really simple, you know, to understand, and it's compatible with many languages also. Oh wait, I actually took a screenshot. Yes, so let me just input it here, because nothing should be after the time block. If you put anything after time block sleep, it's just gonna ignore it. It's not gonna execute. So yes, we just put this over here. Yes, this is really time consuming. Yeah, this is the really, you know, the dark side of coding. Yeah, sorry for the dramatization. This is actually the dark side of coding. It's, you know, like it takes a pretty long time, you know, for a person to code a huge, not like even a small project like this. Print. Okay, one more. Yes, so now let's move on to the next one, which is number 7, option number 7. Next we are gonna do is the remainder. Let me just copy this code. Yeah, let me just paste it over here. So for this, what we're gonna do is yeah, we're gonna actually take in two numbers, because you're finding out the remainder of the division of two numbers. So we're gonna take a second input, and then final math dot, it's not math dot, it's actually gonna be first modulus second. First modulus second, and after that it's gonna be, yeah, the rest are basically the same. Yes, we have done it. If answer equal none, the next one, if it's 8, if the user inputs 8, if the user inputs 8, it's actually factorial. We're gonna do a factorial. So yeah, we only need the first number, and for this, instead of doing math.sqrt, which stands for square root, we're just gonna type factorial. I have no idea what a factorial is. It's upper grade, but it is in a calculator, so why not? Let's just do first, and yes, that's all, I guess. That's all. And that's oh wait, that's actually number 9, which is a cube. So number 9, only need one input, and for this, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna just first multiplied by first multiplied by first. This is a cube. So now we are done 9, but what if the user wants to exit? Well, we have a separate key for that, which is the 0 key. So let's just put in elif answer equal to 0, which means the user wants to exit, equal to 0. Okay, it's actually not elif, it's if. Actually, yeah, you can use either if or elif, because it's just basically gonna do the same thing. Okay, fine, I'll just use elif because I want to sound more like a person who follows the rules of coding, which is why I'm doing this. I mean, yeah, you can input if, it does still work, but I want to follow the rules of coding. Elif Yes, and finally elif answer equal to 0. Equal to 0, we're just gonna make active. You remember the variable active which we defined as true? We're gonna set it to false. Why are we gonna set it to false? If we set it to false, the loop will stop, like executing. Like, you remember the while loop, right? When the condition turns false, it will stop executing. Till then it will be executing. So I hope you get it. And the next one is, yes, this is actually the part I said. This is gonna be exception handling. But before that, let's just say, what if the user enters some number, for the option number he enters 10? What should we do? We should warn him, hey, that's not even an option, man, what are you talking about? So let's just more formatting, and we'll type, please select a valid option number. Yes, here we are just gonna do except. Yeah, now we are gonna type except. Except is actually not here. Yeah, it's somewhere around here. You really need to follow your indentations in Python. So now we are gonna do except. So what is exception handling? Exception handling, like I said, instead of directly returning the user the error and scaring him away, we are just going to tell the user, hey, instead of writing letters, write numbers. Instead of dividing the number by 0, divide the number by some other number. We're going to remind him friendly, not just like shoving the error up his face, then he'll run away. Because our users, they are simplistic, they don't know about Python, they don't know anything, they just want to perform simple calculations and then just off they go, which is why we're gonna make it simple. So the first error we're gonna do it is for name error. What is name error? Well, let me just put it over here so that you guys can understand and follow along with me. So name error is basically if we enter letters, it will letters rather oh my god, we enter letters rather than numbers, we will get this error. That is the name error. So we're just gonna print name error, please do not use letters. Here let's do other exceptions. So not just this except name error, let's do more, because there are a lot of exceptions that you can run into in Python. The next one is, oh wait, something's gone wrong, indentation as always. Except name error, instead of name error we're just gonna type syntax error. Syntax error is the most common error which you get in Python. You actually get it even while coding, which is weird. Yeah, syntax error means if we enter special characters, not just letters, special characters, rather than numbers, we will get this number. And for this we are going to do, please do not use special characters. And instead of name error we are going to do syntax error. And one more, actually not one more, that's actually two more. Except next is type error. And here also you gotta use type error. And by the way, what is a type error? Type error just means yes, it is also letters and special characters. Yeah, I'm just trying to express this the simplest to you. That's actually a more bigger definition for type error, but to make it simple, just take it in as letters and special numbers, characters, special characters. So type error, please use numbers only, because we want a different error message for each error. And the last error, which is attribute error. Attribute error is when, like in it's an error which comes in rare occurrences, like for no reason. It just like creeps you out. For that, all we'll do is we'll just ask the user to use only valid numbers. Like he might, like for example, the user might enter pi, which is a huge number, and Python might actually not process it. And instead of name error, we will just do attribute error. Please use valid numbers only. You know what is valid numbers? Numbers which are finite, numbers which are not like pi just going on, like not not decimals at all. We can't use decimals in this calculator. If we enter and for this the explanation is gonna be if we enter non-finite numbers. Yeah, non-finite numbers seems like a good word, right? Non-finite numbers are large numbers. Large numbers, we get this error, and we have completed our calculator. How cool is that? 95 lines of code. It's finally complete. Shall we run it and test it out? Of course. So this is all the code you've written so far. So we're just gonna run it now. Let's see if it works. First of all, let me save the document. Yeah, it got saved. So now we're gonna run it. Yeah, let's just run it in the terminal. See, oh my god, look at how clean it is. Look at how wonderful it is. I know it's not as huge to like the GUI calculator, but this is good for a beginner's project, right? I mean, we're all beginners. We can only do stuff like CLI, like command line interface stuff, like stuff that involve a lot of writing. So here it's asking me which operation I want to do. Well, I want to add, and it's asking me for the first number. I'm just gonna enter 170, second number 30, and we have to get the answers 200. That's amazing, right? So after that it will just stop for a while so that you can see the answer, like excuse me, so that it is 200. Oh, it's 200. Okay, fine, cool. You can like realize that answer. That is why we use that time.sleep function over there. Now let's do the second one, subtract. 100, 90, correct answer again 10. Excuse me. Yeah, next one. Yeah, now we're going to try divide. For divide, let's test zero division error, shall we? What? What the hell is going on? Just like I expected. So why don't we do another error called zero division error? Because like some people just like to test the vulnerabilities of a calculator, like where does the calculator fall down, where does it injure itself. They like to test that. So we are gonna make sure that the person does not get a single error. So that we can't divide a number by 0, right? We are gonna tell that over here. Okay, so we are just gonna say print. We are gonna do it in bold. Numbers cannot wait. Numbers, yeah, right. Numbers cannot be divided by 0. Yeah, we're gonna just, like emphasize it so that the guy doesn't do it again. Cannot a. Yes, now let's try running it. Run it. I'm gonna do divide and 0 0. I have no idea what's going on. But yeah, that's okay, right? But let's just say, what if we enter 10? Oh wait, I forgot to do time dot sleep for the errors. You forget a lot of things in coding. So let's just let's just make sure that the program waits so that the user can read this, the error message, and then put out a correct response. So we're just going to do time dot sleep 5, not even 5, let's just 3. 5 is enough. So we're just gonna copy this line of code. I'm gonna paste it again and again. And if we enter these extra lines of code, we are actually going to enter 100 lines of code. See, they entered 100 lines of code. Yay! I know it's pretty cringe, but yes, you have entered your first lines of code, 100 lines of code. I actually entered my first 100 lines of code while building a calculator, which is GUI. Yeah, the CLI calculator that I built was pretty buggy, but I learned more and I built a better calculator in GUI, like the one I showed you right now, which is pretty nice. Time dot sleep, and for this also time dot sleep. That's all. This is gonna be the last one. Save that in, run it in. Now if we do something like 10, wait, what's going on? I saved it. Why is it going up so fast? Okay, let's just try running multiplication. Okay, I'm so sorry. Yeah, 12 3. Oh wait, I've asked it to. What is going on over here? Oh my god, I did it like the other way around. Instead of putting multiplication division, I put division multiplication. So that is a problem. Yes, so I hope there are no more errors. I would like to finish this video as fast as possible because I know you guys are getting tired. Let's just multiply 12 3 and we get 36. Correct answer. Next one, square. Let's try square. Why is it waiting so long? Yeah, 5. Wait, let's try it now. I'm so sorry, I don't know what's going on over here. Yeah, now let's try 5. And it's asking for you the number. I'm just gonna do it to 2 as giving me the square. Now the next one is I'm gonna try square root, which is 6. I'll enter a perfect square. What's a perfect square? Yeah, I know, I've forgotten my maths. Wait, yeah, why don't we enter 64 is a perfect square number. Yeah, 8. You get the answer. Next is remainder. So yeah, 7 is remainder. We do 12. We'll do 9 10 divided by 3 and we get the answer 1, because 9 divided by 3 gives you perfectly 3, but for this it gives you the remainder 1. Next is factorial. I don't know what factorial stands for. I'm just gonna enter some number. Oh my god, that's a huge number. Okay, that's good for a test though. Last one, cube. Let's do the cube. 2 8. Yeah, we get the correct answer. Now finally we'll just exit. That's amazing. This is our first huge project so far. This is actually the longest video I've ever made on this channel for our last video. So like I said, thank you everyone, thank you all for your support. I wish to see you again. I might make another video, or this might be the last video. So until then, goodbye. See you later.